Via this cabin I'm staying at this weekend. This is my dream home. River and woods at in the very active road on the other side. Constant non-stop trains. Well, constant trains, I won't say non-stop, but something else I want to point out. 2 bathrooms. That room I just came out was one I'm going to be sleeping in, but there's a little bathroom here and a bathroom / laundry room here. Because at Henry we have a lot of people. Well, I'm confused. That reminds me of a dream I had. I actually dreamed about getting in a house and every room in the house is a bathroom. That was a very weird dream. But I've had that dream multiple times over the years. Nice loft area. One can knock yourself out here if they're not careful. I tripped, rocked my head, then I tripped and fell on the steps. After I rocked my head. Oh, there we go again. I came very close to doing it the second time just now. Yes, that's a trap door. And a light switch. Yep. Why was they put this light switch there? Certainly a bad design. That's for sure. This may be a beautiful place and a great place to stay, but not the best design setup. The new river's right back there. Big bunk beds, nice couch area where you can sit and view the river. And trip hazard. I fell down these steps one time since I got here and rocked my head one time and almost down a second time. These steps yeah. And then if you go that way there's a big drop. Well, my sister has a sleepwalking spell. It may end badly for her, so hopefully she don't have a sleepwalking spell. That would be bad. Also got a nice kitchen and my cooler drinks. The beautiful porch. Roxy? No, that's my family member's dog. You know, I could probably bring Buddhist here. I think he would enjoy this. Because I got to take him to the vet here after this camping trip. I don't know if that door opens or not. Big wraparound porch. You got the view. Yep, it opens. You got the view of the river. The new river from that porch. This is definitely my dream home. This is the kind of place I want to live one day. Main line of CSX right here to the front of me and behind me the river. There's 4 tracks in a small rail yard. Everything this way is red, but I heard a train in the distance. I actually heard a distant train horn, which means there must be a green signal the opposite direction of here. But I'll go look here in a minute. But this is a great location. This is a place I mentioned in the earlier video. Well, okay, there's still stuff in there. Had to get the watermelon out here in a minute, here soon. Everybody, I'm one of the red oddballs that don't like watermelon. Not my sister and my brother-in-law and everybody else will enjoy the watermelon. Me, not so much. But I know everybody else will enjoy it. There's campgrounds over here. Axel Campground. Let me walk over there for a minute. I could have bought my tent and I didn't because we got this nice, beautiful cabin. I mean, it's a beautiful location when you're hitting. Here's the water line. Probably about maybe 2 weeks ago, the water was literally up here where these rocks are. All this was underwater not that long ago. I have room I could throw out wood that pallet, not cut that tree I cut down about a year ago. How did they get over there? How do you get over there? There's no road over there. I'll point out what I mean here in a minute. See if I can see the interstate from here. Highway 64. You could hear the traffic on the interstate. I didn't bring my fishing pole. Yeah, definitely got time to get here. No, yeah, you can. There's the interstate, Highway 64. Come down the Sandstone exit. Go right for about, go north for about a mile and a half. Said about a mile and a half, but I think it's more like 2 miles. So the GPS is off. Quite normal. GPS is about that. What was actually 2 miles is what says a mile and a half is actually 2 miles. No big deal, because 2 miles is still not that far from the interstate. But definitely a beautiful location. And that railroad intersections up here. Well, if we could find wood, firewood for the fire. Don't think we'll build one tonight, I don't know, maybe. There's plenty of driftwood here. That might make a good firewood. Yep, I found the firewood. Put the wrong shoes for this, that's for sure. Certainly beautiful here, but I don't know how they got over there to that campsite. I really don't know. There's a way. Actually, it could be local people that owns the farm down here, because there's a farm on the other side of the highway bridges, and the road ends on the farm, so they might. This is just a guess, but it could be family members of people that owns the farm. Or they could have been paid good money, paid to use the property, because I think that's the only way to get there, after you get past the farm for all the cows and animals, because there's one road that dead ends right there. It's possible they parked there and hiked would be more than 2 miles if you parked at the farm, but I wouldn't be too hard to drive that distance or walk that distance if you're a backpacker and don't mind carrying. Of course, I could have got here and took a boat across too. I don't know how they got over there. There's no, I'm 100% sure there's no road. You got an interstate, but there's no intersections getting off Highway 64, getting off there. On that side of the river, and the intersection this side of the river, there's no roads that cross the river until you get through downtown Hinton, and then the road that goes past Sandstone Falls dead ends, like a ways away from here. On that side, dead ends. You have to go all the way through Hinton to get to that road. So I don't know how they got over there. It's not important, it's just odd. I bet every one of these places is rental properties. Well, maybe not that one. I think that one's actually privately owned. But I think everything past it's rental properties. Of course, I think the family that owns the rental properties, that rents them out, that's probably the one, the family that owns the rental properties live in. That's their private. They probably live there year round. And now think about it, that's where they live. Of course, I know they live in a double wide trailer here. I don't know if it's that one or the one across the road, but it's one of them. But all these are nice rental properties. Only $200 a night to stay here. That might be more, I find out. I found we all just pitched in and paid a little bit. Yeah, you got great views of the river. Huh? You got great views of the river, and there's somebody set up camping on the other side, but I don't know how they got there.
Huh. Pretty nice, isn't it?
Yeah, there's a campsite there, and you can actually stand on the riverbank and see the interstate, the bridge we crossed to get here.
Check out the railroad track?
Yeah, there's nothing coming. Well, there's nothing heading south, but I don't know if anything's heading north.